Hi everyone, and thanks for opening this video. My name is Lottie and I'm part of the applications team here at QI. In this short video, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of some upcoming features in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So the first of these features that I want to talk about is Data Analysis View. So what is Data Analysis View? Well, previously, when we wanted to run a report in Business Central, we would print it off as a PDF or export it to Excel and analyse it there. But with Analysis Views, we can run reports within the software, choose and reorder columns, and then pivot the data without needing to involve Excel or a developer. Data Analysis Views appear in lots of places in the system, but let's take our customer ledger entries as an example. So opening those up, we can see we have this analysis slider here. So we'll turn that on. And this is the page we get. So at the top here, we can see we can add multiple tabs. At the side here, we've got columns. And underneath that, we've got some filter options. And in the center here, we've got our data area. So let's say that I want to create a new report to show me my customer sales, for example. We'll add a new view and rename it. I'm going to call it sales, keep it simple. First and foremost, I'm going to deselect all of these boxes down the side here, just so we're starting from nice blank canvas. And I'm going to use this search here to find my customers. So clicking on customer name, dragging that down to row groups. I've got a nice neat list of my customers. And now we'll look for sales as well. So this is actually already showing in my values. I'm just going to tick this to show it. And there we have my customer sales. So really, really nice and straightforward. We have also got this pivot mode at the top here. I'm going to show you how that works in my aged accounts receivable report. So it's quite a basic report at the moment. It's just showing me the remaining amount on each of my customers and my sales to each customer. So it is breaking it down by year here, but let's say I want to break it down further. So I'm going to search for posting date here. And let's say I want to show it by posting date quarter. So clicking on that, dragging it down to the column labels section this time. And I'll do the same with posting date month. And now when I expand open 2023, we can see I've got quarter one, quarter two. And if I click on quarter one, it's breaking it down by month. I can also add in document numbers here, so it's easy for me to see which invoices are outstanding. So let's go for document number here and drag that down into the row groups. And now when I click on this arrow here, it's telling me which invoices they are. So another really nice place to demonstrate the data analysis views is using item ledger entries. So again, we've got that analyze slider that we saw before. I've created this report to show me my cost of goods sold. So I've got my invoiced quantity, my sales amount, and my cost amount here. And again, it's broken down by year. So let's add some more onto here, break it down further. So again, we can add posting date month and quarter, for example. Let's go for posting date month. And I'm going to use this to show you the filters down the side here. So opening that up, we can see lots of filters to apply. I've put a filter on entry type. I'll open that up. So at the moment, I'm only seeing my cost of goods sold, but I can turn that on for purchase as well. And again, I can drill down into here and see the item numbers. So I've got the amount that I invoiced of this item. Sorry, the quantity of this item that I've invoiced, the amount I sold it for, and the cost of that sale. So data analysis is really, really useful. It's very, very dynamic. It's keeping all of your data in one place, and it's eradicating the need to export it to Excel and analyze it manually. It's giving you the ability to build your own reports without needing to commission a developer. And it's real-time data, so it's using Microsoft functions that you're probably already aware of. So in this case, pivot tables, and I think it's saving you a lot of time as well. Okay, so the next function I want to talk about is sync master data. So this is one that will be really useful for those of us who are using multiple companies. What it does is it enables me to sync certain tables between certain companies. So let's say that I buy into a UK company and I sell out of a subsidiary company. I need to maintain my exchange rates in both companies. Now, previously, I would need to do that once in each company, but with sync master data, I can set the currency table to sync between the two and half my data entry time. So let's have a look at how this works. So this is my main company here. And if we open up the exchange rate for euros, you can see I'm all up to date until the end of March. We're going to say now it's the end of April, and I want to add a line for my new exchange rate. So before I do that, we'll just have a look at my subsidiary company here, and we'll just notice that, again, it doesn't have that line for April. So closing out of there, back into my main company, let's open up my exchange rates for euro again, and let's add my new line. So we're going to say it's the end of April, and that's my new exchange rate. So we'll close out of that page now, and going into our subsidiary company, and I open that up, we can see that it's pulled through my new exchange rate. Okay, so let's have a look at how this works. So in my subsidiary company, I'm going to go into Master Data Management Setup. Now, because I've done this sync before, it already knows my source company, so that's my main company in this case. If this was the first time I was doing this, I would click Start Initial Synchronization. That would run through and create a job queue entry for each of the tables to update. I can see which tables are included in the synchronization just by clicking up here. And now I'm seeing all the tables that are included. So let's draw our attention to the item table. So at the moment, it's including all fields on that item card table, but maybe I want to restrict that slightly. So I'm going to go fields at the top here. So we can see that the majority of those fields are enabled, but I've disabled my vendor fields. So let's have a look at that in action. Let's come out of there and go to my item list screen. So we can see here that I've got an item named bicycle, and I have that same item in my main company. So let's say then that I want to make a change to this item card. I'm going to open up my item. And let's say I want to change the name of this item. So I'm going to say that this is actually a mountain bicycle. I'm also going to scroll to the bottom of this item card here and just draw our attention to the vendor field so we can see we have got something specified in here. So going back to my subsidiary company and go into my item card. We can see that I've got my description. It's been updated from my main company. And we'll also come down here to the vendor number fields. Missed them there. And we can see that they've not been updated because I disabled that synchronization. So that's master sync data. It's a handy little function, saving us a lot of time by halving the amount of data we need to update. It's keeping all of our data streamlined, and it's keeping it all up to date. You could also use it between a live company and a test company, so any experimenting that you were doing in a test company was based on up-to-date information fed straight from your live data. Okay, so the next function I want to talk about is a bit more straightforward, and it's called document check. So this is a function that tries to tell you there's a problem with a document whilst you're still creating that document, as opposed to only showing you the error when you try and post. Document check appears on lots of different documents, but let's see it in action on a purchase order. So here's my purchase order. If I show my fact boxes at the side here, we can see I have a section here called document check. And if we look a bit further down, we can see there's an issue with the order. So let's click on the Q here to open up the full error message. So in this case, the problem with the order is that I haven't entered a quantity or amount. So let's close that error message, come down to the lines, put in an item, and give it a quantity. So now we can see that there is still a problem with the order, but in this case, it's a different error message. So again, let's open up that error message, and we can see that the problem is that I haven't entered a document number. So let's come out of that error again and pop something in my vendor invoice number field. So we can see that it's picked up that change, and now there are no issues with the order. So this is a really handy function. It's allowing me to spot errors early on in the order's life, and it's allowing me to really quickly rectify them. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoy these features as much as we do. We at QI are a Microsoft Gold partner, and we'd love to show you what else Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central can do for you. So please get in touch.